Hello everyone, welcome once again to Think Tank TV and thank you so much for joining me. Happy Easter to you. Now, exactly 2 years and 3 months ago, a man by name Tunde Bakare released a press statement that caused a shockwave across the length and breadth of Nigeria. And he titled that message, Bridging the Gap Between the Rich and the Poor. He said something to the then President of Nigeria and President Muhammadu Buhari. That was when I think President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had won the election to be sworn into office on May 29th that year. He said, with the way things were in the country, if nothing was done about the entitlement mentality, that was when we had the Emilokon slogan all around, that if nothing is done about the Nigerian state, things are going to drastically degenerate. And yours truly, you can see for yourself that down the line, which is 2 years after, things have degenerated even beyond what it was during President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. Now, just yesterday, while giving his Easter message, he has dropped another bombshell that I call the bitter pill to swallow. And this time around, he sends a shocker message to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to Asari Dokubo, to the Department of State Security, that's the DSS. And in his words, he has said a lot that has sparked reactions on the internet. I'd like you to sit down and listen with rapt attention to the words of Tunde Bakare that has also caused Daniel Buhala to react to it. Daniel Buhala was the supporter of Vice President Atiku Abubakar, who is now presently supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I'd like you to take a look at the words of Tunde Bakare and what he reacted after the message was released.
11 years ago, on Friday, January 13, the 5th day of an unprecedented gathering of Nigerians at Gafnifa Park, Ojota, the Save Nigeria Group, SNG, brought to the attention of Nigerians the outcomes of an external audit carried out by 2 audit firms, KPMG and SS Afemike and Co. These firms had been contracted by the Federal Ministry of Finance to audit the petroleum sector. Their investigations revealed that the fuel subsidy regime was a small screen for corruption. Among other findings, the audit exposed fraudulent deductions of up to 6 times higher than the authorized subsidy disbursements. It also revealed revenue leakages of about 800 billion from the upstream sector and 1.2 trillion from the downstream sector, which included the fraudulent subsidy system. The key agencies in the petroleum sector, including the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, were indicted. In addition, 80% of the questionable subsidy claims were traced to leading oil marketers, and we mentioned their name at Ojota back then, oil marketers whose company names were listed in the report and whose major shareholders are known to the Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC, and the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. Years later, in March 2017, under the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, the House of Representatives instituted a fresh investigation into the opaque and secrecy-shrouded petroleum subsidy regime from 2012 to May 2016, especially the activities of the NNPC and the marketers. This probe reminded of the warning that I sounded to Nigerians in January 2023 in my address titled Bridging the Gap Between Policies and Governance. I warned then that the policies of entitlement, the Emilokon type of politics, will breed an imperial presidency, one that will slide towards dictatorship and will be intolerant of dissent. It is rather preposterous that the DSS has reduced itself to a pack of Napoleon's dogs let loose on perceived opponents of the president, when in this same country, a militant like Asari Dokubo is openly breeding an armed militia in open support for the president, doing so with impunity and without as much as a slap on the wrist from the security agencies. Our security agencies cannot look the other way in the face of the brazen violation of the Constitution by non-state actors who declare allegiance to the president while being ever poised to clamp down on the rise of the perceived opponents of the powers that be. Let me remind those who constitutionally hold a monopoly on the use of force that they do so on behalf of the Nigerian people and not as agents of those in power. This reminder is especially pertinent as Nigerians become increasingly agitated due to the hardships imposed on them by the government. As citizen-led movements spring up in Nigeria, the democratic quotient of those in power will be tested. I acknowledge you, fellow citizens of our nation, because you are the true heroes. The rulers that are, they are immune to the pain that you have to go through daily, and they are not true reformers. You, the Nigerian citizens, who have borne the burden of an ill-planned and vaguely led reform agenda, are the true reformers. You are the true reformers because of your adaptability. You are the true reformers because of the creative ways by which you adjust to hardship. You reform your personal and corporate economies and navigate the increasingly difficult terrain. You, the so-called ordinary Nigerians, are the true reformers because somehow, hoping against hope, you show up every single day in what will appear to be a federal republic of diminishing returns. Therefore, my fellow Nigerian citizens, I make bold to say that there's nothing average about you, there's nothing ordinary about you, there's indeed nothing common about you. You are distinguished citizens of our nation, and you deserve the best of the land.
Listen it for yourself. Now, the truth is that when people like this come out and speak, Nigerians actually give it a wave of the hand. Nigerians don't take such message seriously. You can recall that even before the incarceration of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he was coming out and crying, shouting that, listen, what we're experiencing in Nigeria is not a normal thing because Nigerians have become used to the shenanigans of political office holders. He said what we're experiencing here is not a new thing. And many people did not take it seriously to the extent that in a bid to try to express what he was saying, he went ahead to call Nigeria a zoo. That this is what happens in an animalistic society. The likes of Omoyele Sowore have been saying that this is not normal. To be very frank, the only thing that can cause a change in a nation like this is what he called revolution now. Dele Farotimi has been speaking. People have been coming out. Aisha Yusufu have been saying it every day on a handle on YouTube, on Twitter. Rafai Hosseini has been saying his own. But the truth is that one thing I observed is that Nigerians are obviously very reluctant about reacting to issues like this, even if they always complain in their nooks and their crannies. Nigerians must understand that this is not what a developed society should be like. And we must come out to demand accountability from our leaders. On every platform, by every Nigerian, we must demand accountability from them. Because until we begin to do this, there's obviously not going to be any change in the nation called Nigeria. Yes. Another flip side of it is the side of we being an average Nigerian being greedy. Take it or leave it. You would understand with me that as much as we're complaining about our political office holders, most of them who are misbehaving in office, we still have people who are supporting them vehemently, regardless of what they do. Why? Because of what they stand to benefit from them, because of the little office they've held. And yours truly, this is actually the plan of the political office holder to make sure that Nigerians are poor so that they can ensure that they weaponize the poverty to always make them do their bidding back to back. Well, like us to do well to intentionally share this video because when we bring up such videos, we expect it to get to the nooks and the crannies of Nigerians rather than just sharing fun videos. I know that most of the time people do this just in order to take away the burden and the stress. But such important videos must be shared intentionally so that either directly or by proxy, it can get to the nooks and the crannies of our leaders in their offices, in their houses, even in their bedrooms, to get to understand the truth before things get overboard. We'd like you to do well to also intentionally drop your thoughts in the comment section and touch the like button so that this video can be recommended for more people to get to see. Many thanks indeed to all our viewers and returning subscribers who always come back to watch our videos. We truly don't take it lightly. My name again is Moses and this is Think Tank TV. Please do well to smash the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you can be duly informed when we put out more informative content like this. See you on our next video. Bye for now.